The Russians weren't bad until Donald Trump came down the escalator. The Russians were trusted with chemical and biological weapons in Syria. There was the reset, the hot mic moment, and the fact that we did, in fact, let them buy up American uranium. I mean, think about how crazy that is. If the Russians are, and they are bad, but if they are as bad as the Democrats say they are, why would the Council on Foreign Investment in the U.S. under Barack Obama, with participation from Eric Holder and Hillary Clinton, allow Russians to buy American uranium? And when they say it's not for export, I don't care. You don't let your enemies buy uranium.
Yeah, and look, I mean, there's so many moving parts to this puzzle. I mean, let's not forget that it was Joe Biden in the summer of 2021 who signed off on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. I mean, Nord Stream 2, which subsequently was blown up, but that was Joe Biden. I mean, Joe Biden gave Vladimir Putin an absolutely massive win there. Andrew, I was actually in Warsaw, Poland just a few months prior to that in May of 2021. I actually interviewed the then Prime Minister of Poland, Mateusz Morawiecki, in Warsaw. This was like Poland and our Central and Eastern European allies. That was like the number one issue at the time, was opposition to Nord Stream 2, which was basically just, as you said earlier, basically just pouring money from Germany, France, the UK, and to an extent America as well, just into the Russian war machine there. And Joe Biden just gave Vladimir Putin all he wanted there. Our so-called European allies, including Germany, were just addicted to Russian oil there. So there were so many things that went wrong. But at this point, we are now 3 years past Russia marching into the Donbass region of eastern Ukraine. There have been hundreds and hundreds of thousands of casualties. This has been an extraordinarily bloody and horrific conflict. Ukraine as a country has plummeting birth rates. People are fleeing overseas. They're dying on the front lines there. The economy is in the crater. It's going to take them a half century or more, maybe even 70, 80 years, who knows, to recover from this. You would think that if you're Vladimir Zelensky, that you want to get to an off-ramp sooner rather than later. Again, to his credit, he seems to have changed his tune a little bit since that infamous meeting at the White House a couple weeks ago. Let's see if Vladimir Putin's also willing to play ball here.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.